Hi everyone, it's Rax. We just got the info for Diablo 4 Season 10. Let's go over it all and I'll give you my opinion on it. Another thing that happened today is there's a pretty big leak that the Paladin will be the next class coming out in the next expansion. If you followed my content for a couple of years, this is absolutely not surprising to me because I think the Paladin was either on deck or borderline ready for multiple years, but they decided to go with the Spiritborn first and keep this in their back pocket. Either way, a lot of people will be happy to see Paladin, me included. So if that's correct, which I'd say it's like a 98% chance, I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, let's get into the Season 10 information and see if the game is improving. We start with Infernal Hordes Reborn. So when Infernal Hordes came out, I first tested it on the PTR and I first made my video on it. I don't know. Honestly, at this point, it was probably a year ago. The first thing that I said is it had a fundamental problem. Every run's the same. All you do is pick the rewards that you know just give you the most ether, and you just do the same things over and over and over. It's no different. And then you just collect your rewards at the end. Your choices didn't really matter other than making one single number go up. And I asked them, in the PTR, can you please, spice this up? Like, make some interesting things happen here. And they said essentially they just didn't have time and they were going with it and they'd fix it at a later point. Well, now they're doing a significant rework of it. They're going to balance the existing offerings, change the effects of some of them, and adjust the monster populations. We don't need to speculate here. We just need to try it, but it certainly is going to improve in some way. So we'll see how much better it is when we actually test it. Fell Council gets some enhanced abilities. That's good. I'll take it. Chaos monsters, born of smoke and brimstone. They provide a shrine-like buff when killed. Okay, that's cool. Cool little addition to the game here. I like that. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not against fun. That's good. Chaos waves. Chaos waves completely alter the upcoming wave, imbuing havoc and intense challenge. These waves will have significantly increased difficulty, but far more ether should you be able to survive. They have many different combinations. You might have to dodge deadly projectiles, slay a rampaging hellworm, or hunt down ether goblins. Chaos awaits. This. Gotta stop doing the same thing, same boring thing all the time. We need fun and exciting dopamine-inducing moments to happen in this game. This is a start. I'll take it. We'll try it. We'll see how fun it is. Bartuk, the Warlord of the Blood. Instead of fighting the Fell Council, you can risk your ether and throw down against a boss. Okay, I like that. And we're going to see earlier, or a little bit further down, it looks like Bartuk is going to be quite the battle. And the Fleeting Hordes is essentially a baby Infernal Horde for leveling up. Boy, I tell you, I'm sick of racing through the expansion campaign to level up the fastest way. I'll take anything else. So I'll take this and the new Nightmare Dungeon changes last time or anything like that to level up in a different way. So I like that as well. Bartuk beckons. So every member of your party is going to have to spend the ether to fight him. First player who chooses it picks for the whole party. He has chaos portals that shoot projectiles. You have to master his tactics and enter these chaos portals. Upon killing him, his rewards will be on the ground. You don't need to spend additional ether. Now, I know there's going to be like different schools of thought here. Some people are going to see like, I don't know, these kind of look like the rotating beams of Maven, and it looks like he's got some mechanics going on here and portals, and they say it's going to be like a bullet hell and a crazy fight. Well, first of all, in the current state of the game, especially with the season theme, as we're going to see later, you're probably just going to kill him in one hit, unless you're doing like T4 and you're just like building up your character. Unless he has force phasing or something like that, he'll probably die real quick. Unless they surprise us, I'd be happy to be surprised. But anyway, let's forget about that for a moment. Some people are going to look at this and be like, wow, that does not look like fun. I don't want to dodge all of this just to get my rewards. I have the same opinion on this that I've had since the beginning of Diablo 4, since I've had it from the beginning of time. The game just needs a balance of different things, right? it needs stuff that's very easy, chill, farmable, da 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 da. By the way, it's a choice to fight him. You don't have to fight him. You can fight the Fel Council. But we do need some kind of epic pinnacle challenges, and a lot of this has to do with the balance of the game, right? Like a lot of the builds have too many zeros at the end of their damage, so it's kind of hard to make a pinnacle fight until we get that balance. But we need stuff like this. Like, one of the things that was really cool that, I don't know, it feels almost like an accident, like it was on purpose, but it was an accident, was Uber Lilith in the beginning was so difficult. If you weren't using a bugged build, she was so hard to kill. You could just sit there for days just wiping on her, trying to master her mechanics. The game doesn't need to be like this. The vast majority of Diablo 4 players don't enjoy encounters like that, which is fine. So you don't put them in very many places. But there needs to be something like this somewhere for the people who do like the challenges, for the people that, have the nostalgia of the old Blizzard, which people reminded me they're not there anymore, to face off against. So seeing this picture, and if he has some cool mechanics where you can like strategically dodge and play around for a big advantage, I'm really looking forward to it. So we'll see what they're cooking here. In general, let's look high level here. The direction of what I'm seeing here seems better. This is better than what I've seen for like 4 seasons in a row. They're making some significant changes where they need to change them. They're making some nice quality of life. They're spicing things up a little bit. This is what I'm looking for. So to me, this is better from what I'm reading so far. Harness entropy with chaos armor. Now, here is a very interesting idea. And really, for me, one of the first things where Blizzard might actually be I'm hoping this is potentially going to be like a permanent thing. I don't know if it's a seasonal thing because it says chaos, and this is the chaos theme. But this is the first real thing that I've seen in Diablo 4 for a long time that might actually have a significant impact on theory crafting builds. So what you do here is you have your standard unique, right? Your Banished Lord's Talisman. It's an amulet. We've seen it a million times, right? And now you can get it as a different item with a greater power on any of the left slots, the helm, the chest, the pants, the boots, any of the gloves, any of the left slots. And there's a big list of all the different uniques that could have it. The generic ones, the barb ones, the druid ones, da 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 da. And so now we actually have to actually think about how we make our build. And as we're making our build, we probably won't get exactly what we want. And now you have some puzzle pieces to play with on how do you, incrementally make your build much better. So the whole idea of being able to get a lucky drop to move it to a different slot where maybe you really wanted to wear a fractured winter glass, but you couldn't wear it because you had to wear a Banished Lord's Talisman. But now all of a sudden, the Banished Lord's Talisman can be rolled on the pants slot, which you didn't really care about that much before, which enables you to wear the fractured winter glass or something like that. Now this is build enabling. Now this is actually building up some theory crafting options. So there are some other things that Blizzard revealed to the content creators about a month ago, which is coming within the next year, which will give us a lot more options with theory crafting. But this is finally turning Diablo 4 into just, I don't know, more of like an ARPG, more of what we've been used to before, where you're actually, excited to hunt for certain things that can roll a certain way to enable a certain build to be activated. Again, right now, one of the biggest problems is the power creep is too high in Diablo 4. This can only make the power creep higher, so it just extends the problem. However, I will take tools in the kit to enable theory crafting, and they can fix the balance, whenever that happens, any day of the week. So again, the ideas here and the trending of what I'm seeing seems better than what I've seen in the past. So that will be interesting. Then we have the Seal Chaos Rifts. They materialize in a few ways. They appear in the open world. You can kill demons pouring out from them. They're a great source of loot. They give you XP and chaos armor. In extremely rare cases, you can come across a mythic chaos rift. I remember one time, a long time ago, in a meeting with Blizzard, I was talking to them about how, everything is usually the same. There's like no variance in anything that you do. And if they would spice it up, it would be better. And one of the examples that I gave is when you do chaos dungeons in Lost Ark, sometimes it's very rare. You'll get like a red portal or a gold portal, and those have such better rewards than the normal thing that when you find it, it actually feels really, really good. This to me feels like a red portal in Lost Ark. So this could potentially be awesome. So again, things like this sprinkled around in the game are going to add so much flavor, and I just think make the game a lot more fun to play. So, kind of a funny thing here. Not going to get into this too much, but we have the season theme, the chaos perks, not the powers. So in the timeline, in the roadmap, they called it chaos powers. They switched it to chaos perks, but it's not a marketing scheme that we are just switching powers to perks. It's because these perks are much more build defining, and if you go ahead and read through them, which I'm not going to, again, yes, they do seem to be better than the other powers that we've had before. They do seem to be more build defining, where the other ones are just kind of like a little complement to your build. These are much stronger and like stuff that you can actually kind of build around. It's whatever. I'm not going to fault Blizzard for this one because it was on the roadmap. We knew it was coming. I'm not going to get mad about stuff that we already knew was coming. So it's fine. Again, just same feedback. I hope in the future a season theme is not centered around powers. And another thing about this is, once again, I'm just going to say it one more time. The thing that the game does not need is more power creep. That's not what we need. If you would balance it, which is a big task, it's not something that can be done over a weekend on a napkin. Maybe it takes until the expansion with some massive changes. But we need balance in the game, because then when you have balance, you can make some really cool stuff if the game is balanced, where you lose a lot of the tools in your toolbox if you don't have that to begin with. Chaos powers, if you like the previous powers, you'll love this. And if you didn't, you probably won't like it. There are some really cool build defining things here that we can discover. There'll be a lot of builds centered around it. So it is what it is. That's fine. There's new unique items, as there are every single time. We don't need to go over it in detail, and that's everything. So the PTR, I believe, starts a few days before last Epoch. I'll jump in there and I'll definitely try it. I'll probably blast it for at least a single day, level all the way up, try the new Infernal Hordes, grab a Chaos Power or two, find a Chaos Rift, and I'll make a video and I'll let you know what I think of it. In general, with this, I'm more favorable toward this than anything that I've seen before. This is trending in the right direction. I don't see anything here that I hate. I'm not mad at you that the powers are here again, because you said they were going to be here a long time ago. I'm not going to get mad about it again. It's fine. Just like to see what new seasonal themes we can come up with in the future. I'll wait and see what happens there. I would be genuinely interested to know. I will sit there. I'll read every comment. What did you guys think? Does this move the needle for you guys at all? Or are you guys like, oh, this is just stupid as hell? For me, I don't hate Blizzard. I don't hate Diablo. I'd like to see the game improve. I think this is trending toward the right direction. Let me know what you think if you feel like it, guys. Thank you so much. A lot more videos are coming. I got a billion things coming for you on Last Epoch, Path of Exile 2, other stuff. It's all coming. Thank you.